And it's time for the SummerSlam giveaway. Up for grabs this time around is an official WWE Classic dual-plated tag team replica belt. To gain entry into the draw, all you've got to do is make sure you subscribe to the Hazard F5 YouTube channel. Go to the video in the pinned comment section below, like that video and comment on that video with your favorite WWE tag team match of all time. If you'd like additional entries, always become a YouTube member. We do 2 additional draws or a Patreon member over at patreon.com/HazardF5 where you gain additional entries depending on your tier. If you'd like these giveaways to continue, please consider using my affiliate links for WWE Shop and Euroshop in the pinned comment section and my video descriptions. By using those links, I get a small percentage of the purchase made at no extra cost to you. It also makes WWE aware of my engagement with my viewers, which has resulted in my partnership with WWE Euroshop this year and allowed me to do these additional reviews and these giveaways. The draw will take place the Monday after SummerSlam. Good luck to everyone.
What's up, YouTubers? This is Hazard F5 back with a brand new video, kind of. So a few weeks ago, I posted a post on my YouTube community page asking you guys which belt you'd like me to review next as part of my WWE Euroshop partnership program. And you guys selected a belt that I've actually already reviewed on my old channel. Speaking of my old channel, it was 1 year ago and a week that my old channel was deleted. Now, I've spent the year trying to get it back. It's now been a year. I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm going to push forward and try and make this channel the biggest it can possibly be, which with your help, we are doing an incredible job of. At the time of my old channel's deletion, it had 24,000 subscribers and 7 million views. The new channel here has well over 15,000 subscribers and now over 2 million views. In 1 year, that is absolutely incredible. So thank you all very much for your continued support. Please continue to subscribe to the channel, like my videos, comment on my videos, about anything, the belt we're reviewing, the hats, the collection, the t-shirts. Yes, I am rocking the classic Christopher Reeve Superman t-shirt today. I saw the new Superman on Friday night and I absolutely loved it. Slightly geeky tangent. As much of a fan as I am of Henry Cavill, I believe that he was done dirty with the movies and the scripts that he was given to work with, and feel that he could have been an incredible Superman but wasn't allowed to embody the hopefulness, vibrancy and humor that Superman brings. But this new movie with James Gunn directing it and Dave Cornsweet in the suit, man, it gives it in spades. So I'm majorly hyped. Moving on. So like I said, today we're doing a re-review of a belt I have previously done a review on, and it goes with the big gold theme. This is a belt that was just successfully defended by Gunther last night against WCW legend Goldberg in his retirement match. So today we're going to take a look at the modern WWE Big Gold World Heavyweight Championship replica belt. So let's go take a look. And here we have the modern day WWE Big Gold World Heavyweight Championship belt. I acquired this as part of my partnership with WWE Euroshop. So this belt is currently for sale for anyone interested in Europe looking to purchase this replica and save yourself a couple of quid off of the retail price, as well as getting a belt that you know is in good condition without any scrapes, scratches, scuffs or plating issues like sometimes you'll get from a new belt from shop. Here's your opportunity. So let's jump into it. So at the top of the plate, you've got the eagle with its wings protruding downwards behind the banner. You've got the crown underneath the eagle. And of course, this belt is 3D as hell, like most common belts. You've got clear stones, which I always felt was a unique choice considering the original Big Gold had red stones. You've got the floral, like I said, along with the 3D lion. And you can see the depth of the detailing here with the lion and the floral patterns. You've got the row of clear stones here going down the side. Personally, I would have had the floral go all the way out and just have cornerstones here and here, but that's my personal preference. Now, this belt is an all gold belt. I have seen people actually insert and paint silver or nickel in the background areas
a la the original big gold, and I do think it works better and complements like the silvering of the lettering and the logo and stuff, which I really, really like. But as an all gold, it is really, really nice. Now you do see some sort of like markings here, some brown markings. Now I've had a number of people message me specifically over the last couple of years, like with the more 3D style belts like this and the WWE US that they're currently using, asking if they should return it, this, that, and the other. Now, there are times when you will have a belt or you'll receive a belt that does have plating flaws. However, with this one, most of the time, and I'll show you here, essentially what that is, it's essentially watermarks. So there you see the spot just underneath the stone. And if I just get a quick cloth here and give it a rub down, bear in mind I'm doing this with one hand, so you'll have to bear with me. And you'll see that the markings have all but gone. Now, if I'm doing this two hands and holding it in place, they will disappear completely. So bear that in mind when, if you get a belt like this. Sometimes there are genuine flaws. They are not perfect. And WWE, from what I understand, have been pretty decent with replacing stuff when they are permanently scuffed up and stuff. But with this particular example, it is just essentially a watermark, a little bit of rubbing, and it will clear right up. When this one did arrive, it had a number of these all over the belt, a little bit of TLC, a little bit of main event belts, belt cleaner, and it'll be right as rain. So there again, and I will be cleaning this up, of course, before I ship the whole thing out. So you'll see here the banners and stuff had the markings. They're no longer there. There were markings on this banner. There were markings on the lions, which are all cleared up. So just bear that in mind, guys. Again, it does happen, but it's something that just a little bit of cloth and a little bit of elbow grease does get rid of it. It's not a permanent issue. If it was permanent, I'd absolutely recommend sending them back. There you see the majestic lion, of course, with that 3D element, along with the stone on each side and the stones for the lion's eyes, which looks really good here. Not so good on the lines on the outside because they look just frightened for their lives, but here looks really, really nice. So again, you've got the 3D floral going around, along with the detailed lion areas that rise up in line with the banner and the globe. The globe features stones going all the way around the circular disc. And then in the center, you've got the sort of textured areas behind the logo and behind the globe, longitude and latitude lines that's been painted in black. Now you'll see that some areas of the gold are exposed. That is actually how it's meant to be. Now, why it's meant to be that way, I don't know. I personally have it be solid black, but that's just me. Then you've got the 3D banners with the stone on each side with the world wording and the champion wording at the bottom. And you can see just how thick these plates are, especially with the raised areas. Very, very big boy. And of course, you've got an overall main plate shape similar to the big gold. And when I say the big gold, I mean the Crumrine and the ones that came after it with the same style. It is short in height, which I felt was a bit of a mistake. I would have added another inch or so on this belt, but that's just me personally. When you're trying to imitate a belt as iconic as the big gold, it's like Eric Bischoff says, you can either be better than, less than, or different than. One of those three things. Now, no version of a big gold, I don't think, will ever be, excuse me, as good as the original big gold. So you can either be less than, a lesser variation, or different than, which is why the WWE 3D big gold was different to the original. The TNA big gold was different. They didn't just try to implicate the original Crumrine and then just stick their logo on it. They did make tweaks to make it their own. So here you got the side plates. So again, you've got clear stones. in each of the corners with the floral background. It does feature the removable side plate discs for customization. Of course, wrestlers who've held this particular belt, the likes of Seth freaking Rollins, Drew McIntyre, you've got Damian Priest. So the big gold has really been the workers title in recent years, and of course at the time of this recording held by Gunther. Now, I am a WCW fan. I was a big Goldberg fan in the 90s. However, I in no way, shape or form want Goldberg taking the World Heavyweight Championship off of Gunther. That is not something that I'm looking to see, despite my WCW fanboyism. So again, you've got the same side plate here. And again, you've got that depth to all the plates. So very, very thick belt compared to some other releases. So, and just there you see again, a couple of those spots. And again, just a quick rub with the right pressure. And ta-da, they're gone. Thank you, Heath Ledger's Joker. Then you've got the tip, which is probably my favourite tip I've seen on a wrestling belt ever. The only one that rivals this is probably the Spinner HD nugget textured silver tip. But really, really nice. Complements the design really, really well with the floral and the globe with these screws on the back. So while it can't touch some of the other big goals, it is a fitting successor to the historic championship. Now let's take a look at the strap. So the strap is very reminiscent of the strap that's used on television. The belt on television is insanely detailed. It does feature stitching going around the belt. It features the floral style stamping all the way through the plates, which me personally, I do not like. It's overly detailed in my opinion. There's too much going on, very much like I've said with the big logo belts from 2013 onwards. There's just too much going on. I'd much prefer your classic shell tooling style. I prefer the quote-unquote beveled area to be less semicircular and flow following the outline of the plates. You've got the floral here as well with the WWE logo, along with the sort of hole tooling going around the snap box. These are very reminiscent actually of the filler behind the main plate on the Undisputed Championship belt that John Cena at the time of this recording is still carrying around. You've then got the floral for the snap boxes. Same on the other side. So again, you've got the floral detailing both behind the plates and between the edge and snap box with the logo, and the same style setup with the holes going around the snaps and the floral behind the snaps. Again, too busy. And on the real one, this one's actually covered up with Velcro because they are still using Velcro these days, which, yeah, still not a fan of. And then you've got this lion detailing just here. As I flip it over, you've got plain black backing with the official WWE Authentic Replica patch. As far as the strap's flexibility, it's not great. It is actually better than some other straps I have had, but this one's not one of the better ones, if I'm being perfectly honest. The more recent ones, like the Big Eagle version 2, is far, far more flexible. That might, now to be fair, part of that is because these plates, like the real belt, are so close together, there's actually no area for the strap to bend. So realistically, what you'd want, although it sort of jigsaw pieces in, you'd want this about ½ an inch further back, so there'd be an empty slit here from top to bottom, uninterrupted, of just the strap itself. So it has that part ability to be flexible. Whereas because it actually curves around sections of the main plate, cutting off that line from top to bottom on the strap, it does limit that flexibility. Now, when I see people talking about even re-leathers of this belt, that is one thing you do have to consider when talking about the flexibility of the strap between the main and side plates. And there you have it, guys, the WWE Big Gold World Heavyweight Championship belt. A beast of a belt, everything from the thickness to the 3D detailing, a marvelous, marvelous replica belt. The strap isn't great, it's something to be desired. Like I mentioned, the lack of gaps here certainly hurts it, but also as far as like the strap itself, it's not the most durable. Like the Big Eagle version 2, the white scratch Big Eagle that I reviewed a few weeks ago, actually has a way more flexible strap. You could potentially convince someone, apart from the feel of it, because it's still essentially plastic, that the flexibility of it was very similar to real leather. You won't be able to convince anyone with this because it is quite stiff still. Obviously, this one was produced a couple of years ago, whereas the more modern ones, again, WWE go through these processes of really improving their straps. Like I remember when I reviewed the new, at the time, dual-plated Winged Eagle, and that strap was absolutely fantastic, very floppy, very flexible. Then I got the tag one, which was really, really stiff. Then I got the recently Big Eagle, which again was very buttery, very smooth, and very, very flexible. So it goes up and down with WWE Shop. They haven't quite worked out yet, but I will say their straps are miles ahead of AEW straps these days. But anyway, guys, that's it from me. Let me know what you think of the current Big Gold World Heavyweight Championship belt, and where would you rank it amongst the different Big Golds of the past? Let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you as always next time.